Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on another episode where we jump into the lives of professionals who are banging all around the world. My network, for some reason, has gone global, and it must be God's grace. I'm so excited for our next guest. My next guest is Anton. Now, Anton, I met him one time actually. He's a boxer. He was training, and this guy's got hands, guys. This guy's got hands. You don't want to mess around with Anton. And he's actually helped people learn how to box and get into shape. This guy, when he first came through to Toastmasters, he just had that stance. I was like, hey, this guy is gonna smash anybody in the room. And that kind of confidence, I was really attracted to that kind of demeanor. And so I thought, you know what, hey man, Anton, hey man, let me take your contacts, please. One day I want to have a boxing session. Never happened because we were in different cities at the time in China. And so I'm so happy that Anton can join us for an episode. It's been a little bit tricky because he's in Vancouver now, which is, I think, 13 hours difference from me. So I was actually a little bit off on the time. And so I hope Anton can be kind enough to still join us because I'm an hour late for the stream, for the event. And if he graces us, guys, then we are super blessed because he doesn't have to. That's the thing, he doesn't have to. Anton is a very strong individual, because boxing, if you think about boxing, it's a solo sport. Go through there, it's just you and your coach essentially. And so I'm very happy for him to join us on the show. It's been a bit of a bumpy ride, but yeah, let me tell you a little bit about Anton. So when he came through to Toastmasters and he introduced himself, I could see the ladies were like hey, because this guy's built, guys. This guy's built. Those forearms, when you come in through with forearms, I think it's very unique because like a lot of people can have good biceps, good triceps, even good shoulders, but seldom do you see guys actually with like really well developed forearms. Like normally men just have like a normal, bone, and this guy's got meat. And so, to actually train forearms, which is something that I've struggled to do, I think everybody who's actually trained forearms has had that struggle. It's not easy because these muscles don't sort of develop the same way when you're training as, the main groups. And also, a lot of the times you can neglect training forearms. So it's like, man, why am I going to train forearms? I might as well just go and do bench press. And sometimes, you do all these other exercises that do train forearms in a secondary effect, where it's not really your primary focus. But, that's not the real heart of training. So let me just make the statement. Just letting Anton know. And he just needs to create a username. And so yes, training forearms is tough, but you can get to it. And it's interesting when you think about the effects of actually training forearms. There's this one guy who's like into bodybuilding. He had an interesting statement. He said that if you look at attraction from a woman's perspective, there are certain features of a man's body that she gazes at that stands out at first. And people generally thought, okay, oh, it's chest, because big chest, always bench pressing heavy. dumbbell bench, you're gonna develop that big chest, but that's not actually the first thing that women notice. And so this guy said basically it's your silhouette. So from your head moving all the way down to your body, the first thing that women actually notice is your neck. So I got to actually get some bands and start training neck again, because most people have pencil necks, most people. And so if you actually just have a little bit of more girth on your neck, standing out from all the other males, then it's the outline of the silhouette. So then it's your shoulders and your traps, because from the neck down you have your shoulders and your traps, which are the second large muscle groups. And a lot of people like to go and do shoulder press, like to show, I can shoulder press heavy, but that will train the front delts, and that's not the part of the outside of the silhouette. It's actually the lateral delts. So when you come through and understand that lateral raises actually trains the side delts, that increases the width of your shoulders, and that's what women are attracted to: broad shoulders. Not forwardly broad shoulders, but broad shoulders in terms of the outside of the spectrum on the silhouette. And then when you move down, forearms. So that's why when I saw Anton, I knew this guy is making them wet, because he's got those forearms, you know what I'm saying? And then if you move down, it's the V taper. The V taper, and that's what he was hitting strong. But then he's got these calves that are like, geez, I don't know, like hippo, like elephant calves. It's incredible. And I've always had a problem training calves. I still do. I still don't really know what to do. I've got like a John Jones kind of calf legs. It's not happening. I don't know. No matter what I do, I've tried going heavy, and I don't know. I guess I should just keep trying. But he's got the so it's like from the angle of what women are attracted to, boxing is actually very elite, because if you think about it, you're always keeping your shoulders up. My friend who's in Russia, one of my best friends in the world, he used to train boxing, and he told me, Chris, your shoulders always got to be up. You're always protecting yourself. So that trap, your traps start to develop. But I saw Mike Tyson do this exercises with bridges, where you're basically bridging your neck and your head, and that's actually what gave him that girth in his neck. And that's also something, even though he's had a lot of controversy with women. Let's be honest, the ladies back in the day loved Mike Tyson. And so a part of that is the reality that, he's just got that unique neck, in terms of girth. And so, boxing, I think, is a key sport for developing not just your body, but also your mind and self-esteem. Self-esteem is something that I think the world suffers from in quiet, and it's a sad reality that I think nobody really wants to admit, because it's not the conversation that people want to start engaging with. I'm not too sure why, because I know that I'm just letting Anton know. So I think it's not easy to sort of deal with it, because even people who train, who want to train people to increase their self-esteem, suffer from low self-esteem to some extent. There'll be something about your outlook on yourself that you sort of see as not really altogether there. And I wish more and more teachers would sort of, educate kids to have a high self-esteem, because I feel that when you are boxing and you're going against an opponent or just training in general, it's only you and the day in the gym or the day in the workout where you are actually taking control of your output. So you know that you could give more if you don't. I've had sessions because I've trained a little bit in Shanghai with a private coach. It's really, really good. Most incredible workouts were boxing workouts because kind of just you feel drained afterwards, and the recovery process is so delicious. I don't know. There's something about recovering from boxing that it just makes you feel like a man. Makes you feel like you have some kind of value because you've just it's a lot of sweat. It's a lot of sweat, and sometimes even blood. And so I think it's good for men to stay in shape and stay sweating, stay boxing, because it's a part of our evolutionary trait. If you think about it, wow, both clocks hit 11:11. That's incredible. So, if you're a man out there and you are boxing, I'm telling you, you're gonna learn from Anton. And ladies and gentlemen, the heavyweight champion of the world, Anton. Yo, what's up, my man? How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm good. We're trying to settle down the window. Where can I see myself? And you too. Move from stage to the name. All right. Do you know how to make it bigger?
I'm not
Uh,
sure.
Maybe because I have a phone. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I think
All
so. I
right.
think so. Hey, my man. Hey, good to see you, man. Hey, you look like you're maxing out.
Yeah, mutually.
Yo,
Finally,
yo.
finally.
Finally, finally. Hey, man, how you been? It's been a long time.
Yeah, that's right. I'm good. I'm good, and lots of things happen for the time that we haven't seen each other. Last time, I suppose it was like in 2022, right?
Yes, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
So, and now 2024, so almost like 2 years passed.
Yeah, it's quite amazing, man. Like I remember you were in Guangzhou or you were going to Guangzhou.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I went to Guangzhou. I had to leave Shanghai. So, and that time I had some problems with visa.
yeah, okay.
So I was like living in different cities in China after leaving Shanghai, and then eventually I came back to Shanghai. So it was really interesting and um, difficult situation, but eventually I solved it.
Oh, that's good, man. That's really, really good. And are you still boxing? You still training? You still working out?
Um, Not like before because I got my trauma 1 year ago. um and since that time I just like skipping the gym, and I was working in the project in China for 4 months. So when I got my trauma, I went for a film project, a military movie for 4 months. I was staying there, and I didn't have literally time to train myself or even like to chill, because the work was really tough. It was action team, and we worked like 12 hours per day, so it was really like hard work. And after 4 months, I just like stayed a bit in Shanghai, and then left China, went for traveling around, and then went back home to Crimea, stayed there, and then again traveled. So I didn't train myself because of the traveling, because of the moving myself to another country, because of my injury. Lots of things happened. So, but now I'm slowly trying to get back to my shape, and but yeah, but still can train fully as before on the in the beast mode.
Yeah, yeah. I remember you told me about the trauma. It's like a particular kind of injury, isn't it?
Yeah, that was like it is like a criminal impingement in my shoulder. So
Uh,
it's a tricky one, you know, and really shitty stuff. I won't, let's say, I won't suggest anyone to have such stuff like that because it's really not good things. It's you know, make some boundaries for you. You can train, you can do this, you can do that, you can do other stuff. I can do boxing now with my right hand, only left hand. So even pull-ups, you know, push-ups, so stuff like that. Really limiting me in physical way.
okay, okay, but I think I remember seeing you um at the time you were training some people in Shanghai. It was like a group training, I think, where you were
Yeah,
teaching
yeah,
them boxing.
yeah. But that was really a long time before that I told you that this
Oh,
happened to me. So maybe
I see.
yeah, like 1 year before prior that things. But yeah, I was doing that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And when you were doing that, was that like your own business, or were you working for somebody?
No, no,
Uh,
no. I just work for myself, and I did kind of like part-time coaching, combining it with other works that I did in China. So just for myself.
oh, that's really interesting. I mean, was it a challenge to, get around doing that? Do you have to like create documents? Do you have to, create a business, or you can just basically just freestyle?
No, I didn't do any documents. I mean, I had the certifications of the fitness coaching, like personal training of ACE, and I still have it. But I didn't open the gym or stuff like that. I just was doing like, you know, on the way as I could do it, and that's it.
That's really cool. That's really cool. It's nice to see that you don't necessarily need a gym, like that you can use outdoors. I don't know. I think one of the videos that I saw, it seemed like it was outdoors.
Uh, Actually, yes, you can do it outside, no problem, but depends from the weather. If the
Mm,
weather is cold, you know, then you have to go to the gym. You have to transfer your client to the gym because, like, during the cold weather, it's not really good to do that, and maybe it's not convenient because it could be rainy, it could be really cold, you know, and it's better to do it in facility. But still, um we did some outside training even during the winter time, not winter, but at the end of the winter, I suppose. Uh, and it was fine. It was just shiny days, you know, and it was fine.
okay, okay. And then I think I saw on your moments one time you were like dressed in soldier uniform, and you were like doing a fighting scene. That was
Yeah,
really cool, man.
yeah, thanks. That was another project in 2021. Um, and I suppose that was the first project where I took a part as an action man, as an actor in action. And yeah, so basically, this is the thing that you saw.
I see. Okay,
Yeah,
that's really really cool, man. So that was a movie in China.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Where can we see that movie? Like, if you want to watch it.
Um, on Chinese apps and with movie apps, and also it was shown on national channels because the movie was related um, to the kind of independence of China and strong China, you know, which is really is now. But yeah, so you can find it in Chinese apps and in internet. I suppose too should be there,
Okay.
should be there. But I'm not sure that you can see me exactly in that movie because As I told you, I was doing action work, and as I'm a foreigner and other guys who was working with me too, lots of scenes with our presence were cut. Why? Because the Chinese government not really welcoming for showing some foreigners too much on the screen. You know,
Uh,
they really up for Chinese stars, but if you wanna if you wanna be on the same level with Chinese stars inside of China, I would say it's difficult, or I can say it's impossible, right? Because
mm,
I didn't try that long time. I didn't stay that long time in China, but I would say that it's really like tricky and not that easy. And as I heard, like it's almost impossible, you know, because they pushing own nation to the show business, to the level of stars, but foreigners like not really. You can achieve some level, but not jump over. But this is what I heard. I didn't try on my own experience. I was not that long time in acting exactly in China, so I can tell you like 100%. You know, so that's what I know, and that's what I heard from the guys who was living like 11, 12 years in China and doing the same stuff as me.
I see. So now in Vancouver, man, it looks like a beautiful view, man. That's it's so amazing. You got a big ass window. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's right. Check
Wow.
this out, man. It's
Whoa.
really beautiful, and I love it. It's just,
Wow. How long
yeah.
have you been living in Vancouver?
Just 2 months. Just 2 months.
Okay. And then like are you doing work there or you just visiting?
No, actually, I just moved recently, as I told you, like 2 months ago, and I was struggling with finding apartments, suitable housing for myself, because like um, competition here is really high. I was thinking before that Shanghai is one of the most expensive cities in the world. You know, I was reading about this in internet many times, but since I go to Vancouver, I changed my mind, and it's totally wrong perception. You know, Shanghai is not one of the most maybe it's like in the top rank of three or
Yeah.
five cities, I don't know, but this is definitely not the most expensive city. And comparing to Vancouver, in Shanghai, life is much more easier. I mean, expensiveness, you know,
Mm,
uh, it's easier to find work, it's easier to find housing, it's easier to live. The price is lower much more, but maybe it's not right way to compare, because it's, you know, like totally two different worlds: Asia, China, right, and America, North America, Vancouver, Canada. So it's totally two different things, and maybe we shouldn't compare it, you know, in
yeah.
such.
I see. And so so far, you've been enjoying yourself?
Oh yeah. I'm enjoying this environment. I'm enjoying this city. It's so beautiful. The vibe is really cool. I love it a lot, man. I just staying here like 2 months, but I already uh got myself on the mind that I love it more than Shanghai. Shanghai is cool. No words. It's beautiful city. China is great, nice country, lots of opportunities. But this is the place where I wanted to be. Though I'm not yet, I'm not arrived yet, because my goal is Los Angeles. But now I'm here. I'm staying here for a while until I get my visa to United States, and then I move to LA.
Wow, that's amazing, man.
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
big dreams, man. That's what's up. So
yeah. Exactly. Thank you.
so what's the goal in LA? Like what are you trying to,
Acting, acting.
acting. Okay, okay, you're pushing the acting.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice, nice. And how long have you been in the acting business?
Oh, so Basically, like I made my first step when I was in university, and I was studying on the third grade, I suppose. I was finishing my third grade or second grade, I don't remember. And um, I was thinking to get the modeling certificate, kind of like to pass the modeling school, you know. And that time I was maybe 21 or 22 years old, or 23. I already don't remember. So kind of this age. And I went to modeling school, and there we had like lots of lessons, you know, that you have to practice and that you have to know, that you have to do. Not a lot, not really a lot, but a certain amount of lessons, you know. So and once a week we had the acting lesson. And since I tried it first time and I fall in love with it, and I understood that this is my shit, this is my stuff, this is where I should be, this is where I can achieve high level of achievements, you know. And yeah, and then I just talk to the coach, like where can I find the best theater studio, where can I study and get good experience and like develop myself as an actor. And after like maybe 1 hour of talk, she suggested me one of the amateur theater, and I went there, and I passed the not exam, but like some things that you have to pass to join the theater, you know. And I joined, I passed that stuff, and that's it. And then I started to act, and I started to practice, and it was beautiful experience, one of the happiest time in my life.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's really, really amazing. Okay, so when you were acting in Shanghai, it wasn't just something that you were doing to like pass time. It was like really a part of your career.
Kind of, yes, because before coming to China, I even didn't think that I can realize myself in China as an actor. So, and before I didn't know that I can make money with that in China, you know. First several years of my life in China, I was surrounded by people who was doing different kind of work, but not acting. And then only after, let's say, 4 years or 5 years, I found some people who doing acting in China, making good money. And since I started to talk with them, since I found that I can do that too in China, that I can make money in China with that flow, I started to do this, and I jumped in. And
Oh, that's amazing, man. Okay,
yeah.
cool. So now in Vancouver, are you looking for some acting opportunities that side before
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go to America?
Yeah, I'm looking for opportunities here, but I'm not really applied all my stuff yet. Here is a bit another situation with acting, not like in China. You know, in China it's much more easier. You just entering the group, and you see the agents who posting the offers. You apply for that offer, you adding the agent, you talk to him, and then you send them your materials, and the customer look at you, and then he choosing you or not choosing, you know. Here in Vancouver, in America, as I got some kind of a bit knowledge from this already for this 2 months. It's a bit another situation. You have to find an agent. You have to make a contract with him, you know, and he gonna represent you as an actor. He gonna push you. He gonna offer you to the customers and to the companies, you know. So it's going like this, and the same with the modeling agencies and acting agencies. You have to find your agent or manager, let's say, right? And you have to make the contract with them. It's not that easy, or not so totally another way than in China.
I see. And so now, when you are looking for this agent, do you think that it's something that even young children can do? Like, if you you think it's possible for maybe like some of my students, they're interested in the world of art,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking, is it possible for young students to start engaging in that world, maybe looking for agents and so forth,
You mean in Canada or?
or just in general, like maybe even
Yeah, for
in
sure.
Russia
For
or
sure.
wherever?
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't matter how old you are. Uh, I mean, if you are not baby, which just born, can say anything, can understand anything. But like if you're even small child, right, little child, and you can speak or yeah, you can definitely because it's always depends from the customers, sometimes they need like really young kids, really small kids, sometimes it can be like 5 6 years old, eight, sometimes they're asking for 2 3 years babies, but I would say for that age like 2 3 years it's more about like photo shooting, modeling. But
Mm,
uh, for those kids who can speak already, talk, and say something, play with emotions, then yeah, this is more appropriate for acting, and they can get this job like in China easily, easily.
okay,
Yeah,
that's interesting. That's really good to know. And I was actually in Russia last year.
yeah,
I was in Moscow.
yeah.
It's a very, very beautiful place, man. I really love Russia, and I want to go back.
Mm,
But for you, going to America,
yeah,
I think it's a very interesting time now.
for sure.
Do you find that like sometimes you have some kind of friction, or there's nothing against you being from Russia, trying to make it into America. There's no like political issues.
The thing is that I'm from Crimea, right? Crimea is part of now it's part of Russian Federation since 2014. But
Okay.
until 2014, it was part of Ukraine. So, and I have Ukrainian passport. So for me to enter Canada, it's not a problem.
Oh, okay. I see. I see. Okay, I didn't know how that works, but okay. No, that sounds good, man. That sounds good.
Yeah.
So when you if people want to like view your work, because it seems like you have quite a body of work, um, like what would you say is the most the thing that you've done, that you've been a part of, that's been like your favorite?
You mean in term of what? Fitness or acting or what? What exactly?
Acting, yeah, 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 acting and modeling.
I would say I got the most I got the biggest pleasure from exactly acting and doing the roles, not action, but
Okay.
doing the roles because basically I was doing amateur theater, right, and I was developing myself as an actor, uh, actor who can play with emotions, who can create the characters and stuff like that. So the things cause more interest in me towards of the acting. Action, I like it too. It's nice, but it's not the thing that I would like to do all my life. Or like, I wouldn't say that I want to be exactly only action actor. No,
Okay.
I'd like to be the actor who coping with different roles. Who can play with emotions, who can create the character. This is the most interesting thing and the beautiest thing about modeling. Yeah, modeling is also nice stuff, and in China it's easier than in Russia or Ukraine or United States because the competition is less there. Though there are also lots of foreigners, right? But because of big population of Chinese and lots of businesses there related to show business and modeling stuff, it's not that difficult for you to make money. And if you have like decent appearance, if you're confident in yourself, if you believe in yourself, then yeah, you can do that work and you can be a model.
I see. And so, do you have like a favorite actor?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, sure, of
Um,
course.
so from the West world, or from Russian side, or from or
Yeah,
in
both.
America?
Yeah, both, both.
And so if we talk about America, then I would say that my favorite one is not one, once.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Like a
Yeah,
list.
I like Al Pacino. He's the master. I like him a lot. He's really great, great actor. Robert De Niro, Marlon Brando, very good one, really cool. Um, who else? Daniel Day-Lewis. This is also great actor, and I love watching films with him. He's really like brilliant one.
Mm,
He's really cool. Let's say Brad Pitt, Leonardo
yeah,
DiCaprio, also cool. Johnny Depp,
yeah,
lots of Hollywood, full of good actors.
that's true.
About Russians, I would say like Alexander Bezrukov, but you might don't know him, and I'm sure like people who gonna watch us from different countries, not from Russia or Belarus, or not from Soviet Union area, they don't know him, and they didn't hear about him. So, but yeah, if we talk about Russians, I would say like Alexander Bezrukov, Nikita Mikhalkov, lots of, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
that people who gonna watch us know them.
No, no, no. We want to know because you see, we don't have access or we don't have the networks, So if we hear from you, then we can go
All
and
right.
do research. You know what I mean?
Okay, then let's say, as I told you, Alexander Bezrukov,
Okay.
Nikita Mikhalkov,
Ah,
mm, who else? Yuri Nikulin,
okay.
Leonid Bykov. This
Mm,
is, but these actors, half of them from Soviet Union times, they,
okay.
some of them already like dead, some of them alive, but really like old grandpas, but they are brilliant, they're really good. Who else? So yeah, just let it be this.
Okay. I'm gonna do some research on these guys, so that my audience can sort of get to know more of what we don't sort of have access to, what we're not used to. We want to explore the world, we want to explore cultures that we're not
Yeah,
familiar with. Because when I went to Russia, I was just blown away, man. I haven't been to Ukraine, but I loved the culture there. It was very different from what I'm used to.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, so it's always good to explore different realities.
Okay, yes, that's right. I think when you go to different countries, it doesn't matter what country it is, Russia, China, America, India, it doesn't matter. If it's new for you, if you haven't been there before, and this is like another culture, so it would be tremendous for you. Doesn't matter what country it is, but it always gonna be beautiful and super cool to visit such places. To see something different, different cultures, different people, different things. So yeah, it's always with tripping. It's always happens with tripping. If you traveling, this is one of the beautiest things in our life.
That's so true. That's so true. And Mr. Anton, like if people want to go and see like maybe your show reel or some of the works that you've been doing, like where can we see some of your stuff?
I have some in my Instagram, not all my stuff, but in Instagram. So if you want to find me there, you can find me by a.g. Or if not this, then Anton.gah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now I'll let the audience know so that they can go and follow you there. and see everything that you've been doing. No, Anton, thank you so much, man. I don't want to take any more of your time. It looks like the sun's going down. Before it was like bright, now it's going down. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate
I think
you
you
coming on
too.
the show.
Thank you too. Thanks.
Thanks, my man. Have a good day. Have a
Yeah,
good
you
evening.
too. It was nice to talk to you. Thank you.
Thanks, my man. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye bye.
Cheers. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you see that we have the best of the best? It's just unbelievable. We just keep having top dogs on the show, and I'm so excited for the you guys actually going and checking out Anton's work. He's a master, guys, and look, he's pursuing his dreams. I love this. I love that guys are just going out there and just not taking no as an answer. And I think this is the attitude we need to have, guys. For you to not just stop at one destination, but to keep going, and to believe in yourself and to have that confidence. And definitely Anton has been exuding that, and I'm very grateful to know the guy. Like literally I met Anton once. Like I literally met, so I'm very, very grateful that he graced us with his presence. And yeah, it's such a wonderful journey, guys. I'm going to be bringing you more and more stunners. This is how we do, guys. Young stunners, what's up?